Bienvenue, c'est Kakashi, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour une nouvelle vidéo sur le jeu Genshin Impact. Aujourd'hui, let's play. On se retrouve donc pour la deuxième vidéo de Imperatrix Umbrosa Acte 2. La première vidéo a déjà été postée, si vous voulez la voir n'hésitez pas, je la mets en première ligne de description. Donc voilà. Comme d'habitude, n'hésitez pas à liker, commenter, à vous abonner si cette vidéo vous plaît. Et moi je vous laisse avec le gameplay et on se retrouve à la fin. Bon visionnage.
To oblivion!
What are you doing? Run quick while you still can! You're back! Please, we beg you.
Illusion shattered!
Out again!
Furuyama?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon?
Looks like the situation. No need. I need to go to the
Where are we go? Look, it's another A!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guard.
Someone's not in the best of moods. Let me guess. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone—
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened.
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma off on the humans, while she goes off on her own to fight a fierce battle. Impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through. You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer some sort of help?
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much more about Raiden Makoto's realm. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. First things first. Follow me to the entrance. Now then, I always have my ways. It's just a question of how— To the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of this realm—
So, it's abstract, but has a location.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way in, you could— This is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia, it's much—
What? All Alright, well, Paimon, stay here then.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
Paimon's had it up to here with both of you!
Oh. Well, if you're quite sure, then of course. I say. Oh, nothing. It just seems... By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing!
That's enough chatter. Get to work. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how? This is a duel to remember. It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the... Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, for your firm commitment to enforcing the rules, you bring honor to the title of Guardian of Eternity. Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel. The conclusion to that which began 500... Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. Energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the oceans and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. Yet, you have endured. I will endure forever. Witness the final calamity! Inferior! Perish! This is... I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems... but a will that cannot be eroded. You need not worry about the future. And you aren't alone. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon my strength alone, I would have lost this duel for Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my... And whenever I think of this, I feel something. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, it seemed to unleash a new... This power is beyond the limits of my... This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power when I truly... When I clasped Muso Ishin in my hands, it was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall know from this day forth, this body... I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. Likewise, I should not regard... You truly have changed. I suppose this is what humans call... I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform, but as a warrior, I look forward to the chance to fight like this again. Do you say this because... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting the...
Hello, A. And greetings, those who have come to bear witness. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power, I too would be... A convoluted way to reach you, but... Well, you held such deeply entrenched views at the time, there was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find someone, but... You never... Everything happened so suddenly. I've always felt terrible for having to entrust Inazuma to you all of a sudden. I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you, a little at a time. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place... In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been separated before this reunion, but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for you. Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a parting gift for you. Here, take it. Before my last... But it is you who must take the most important step.
Turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom. She who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future, nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sakura in the realm of consciousness, and it took, no matter what you make of it, it's quite incredible.
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her eternity is a concept intimately connected with time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to return precisely to this point in time without... And yet, that sense of disorderliness has now completely disappeared.
I don't fully understand yet. But my
Well, I'm not convinced that it was Makoto's...
I know what you mean. Perhaps a higher power really was involved in all of this. Without the sacred sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up.
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred sakura, but you've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred sakura and Makoto's
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred sakura...
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see...
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages, and obviously It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered. Traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind. At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the flow of time within that space. Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search, simply establishing a location. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the inside and the outside. So it was a great shock. My first thought was, has a great disaster befallen Inazuma? But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You came from... You too have my thanks. You have done much for me.
A, how are you feeling now?
My body has fully recovered.
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was really asking about your emotions. Have you managed to calm down? After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't you?
I only heard her voice. I wouldn't say I saw her. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, I have to say. This has reminded me once again just how brilliant Makoto was. She even factored my immaturity into her plan. It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally emerge from the shadows cast by the events of centuries past. Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future, and both are—
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you. I graciously—
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never used to listen to a word I say.
Makoto said the
Great minds think alike, hmm? I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's worth.
We will have to end the frivolities there. There is much— The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things currently stand. After that,
Really? That's huge!
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which case, there is no further— I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward—
Hey, Traveler! Remember that pit at the bottom of the chasm? You know, the one that the giant pillar smashed into.
Et voilà, j'espère que ce let's play vous aura plu. N'hésitez pas à me dire en commentaire ce que vous en avez pensé, que ce soit du let's play ou de la vidéo en commentaire. Si la vidéo vous a plu, n'hésitez pas à liker, commenter, à partager et à vous abonner, ça fait plaisir et ça montre que vous aimez les let's play ou les vidéos et comme ça m'encourage à en faire. Mon Discord est en description si vous voulez discuter entre vous, différents jeux, etc. Il y a pas mal de salons, donc n'hésitez pas, il est en description. Sur ce, on se retrouve dans une prochaine vidéo. Bye tout le monde!